At 3 o'clock this morning, someone drained the pool you swam in yesterday, scrubbed it by hand, refilled it with fresh seawater, and walked away before you ever woke up. You never saw them. That job is just one of 12 things the crew does when you're not looking. By the end of this video, you'll know all 12, and exactly how to use several of them to your advantage. Here's your first usable tip, and it comes straight from that overnight pool crew. The CDC's Vessel Sanitation Program, the federal agency that inspects cruise ships, requires pool water to be fully recirculated every 4 to 6 hours. Many ships go further and drain the whole pool overnight, which means the smartest swim of the day is the first one. That morning water may be hours old. By late afternoon, it's been shared with a few hundred of your closest friends. A cruise ship is really 2 ships, the one you see, and the one below your feet, where more than 1,000 people work around the clock. Understanding that second ship is how experienced cruisers get better service, cleaner water, and faster answers, without spending a dime more. 12 things are coming. Number 9 is a phrase you have probably heard over the ship's loudspeaker and never once understood. And number 12 is about 2 rooms on board that no crew member will ever point out to you. Both are coming. Let's start where we already did, the pool. Those pool closures at night aren't about rules, they're about work. Overnight, deck crews on many ships empty the pools, scrub the basins by hand, and refill them, often with fresh, treated seawater. One former ship's officer described the morning watch draining the pool at 6 a.m. so the deck crew could climb in and scrub it, with clean water back in by 7. Chlorine levels are checked constantly, and ships that call at U.S. ports answer to those unannounced CDC inspections. So here's the move. Swim early. And if the pool is roped off at 7 in the morning, don't grumble. That's the freshest water of your whole cruise being poured in. What most people never realize is that the person scrubbing that pool has already read something about you. That's next. Your steward typically services around 20 cabins on a split shift. A few hours in the morning, a break, then evenings. With that many rooms, they can't guess, so they watch. They learn when you go to breakfast, when you head to dinner, and they time your cabin so it's done while you're out, like magic. Their single best clue is the sign on your door. On the cruise critic forums, stewards have described walking past the same cabin again and again because the Do Not Disturb sign was left up all day by mistake. So on day 1, do 2 things. Tell your steward your usual dinner time, 1 sentence, that's all they need, and use that door sign correctly. Flip it to make up room when you leave. You'll get faster, better service all week for 0 effort. And everything that steward pulls off your bed goes somewhere most passengers never think about. Deep below the waterline, industrial washers run around the clock. According to Royal Caribbean's published figures for Oasis of the Seas, the ship washes roughly 93,000 pounds of laundry on embarkation day alone. Her sister ship Allure reported about 29,000 towels, folded by hand, by crew working in 2 shifts, day and night. Here's the clever part. Much of that wash water comes from the ship's air conditioning condensation, heated by waste heat from the engines. Nothing on a well-run ship gets wasted. Your takeaway is simple. Need extra towels or fresh linens? Ask in the morning, when the carts are full and the cycle is starting, not at 10 p.m., when that day's mountain is already downstairs. Now, while all of that is humming along at 3 a.m., who exactly is driving the ship? The bridge is staffed every minute of every day, but overnight, it's not the captain standing there. It's a rotation of licensed deck officers working 4-hour watches, usually with lookouts beside them. In open water, the ship steers itself on autopilot while the officers monitor radar, traffic, and weather. The captain is called for fog, storms, close traffic, and takes the controls personally for docking. One detail most people love. At night, the bridge lights are switched off. Maritime rules require it, so the officers' eyes stay adjusted to the dark ocean ahead. If this world fascinates you, several lines sell behind-the-scenes tours that include the bridge. Prices and availability vary by ship, so check with guest services on day 1. Spots are limited and go fast, and those officers aren't just steering. On port days, they're running something most passengers never witness. That quiet ship you left behind in port, it's often mid-drill. International safety law, The SOLAS Convention, requires crew fire and abandon ship drills every single week on passenger ships. Lifeboats must be lowered and maneuvered in the water at least every 3 months. Industry policy adds that at least one lifeboat gets loaded to full capacity with crew twice a year. Crews schedule the loud, disruptive versions for port days, when most guests are ashore. So if you stay on board and hear alarm bells, see hoses out, or watch a lifeboat splash down, nothing is wrong. That's practice. And it's exactly what you want them doing. The takeaway here is peace of mind. Announcements that begin, "For crew only, for exercise," mean carry on with your day. Port days hide one more spectacle, and this one is the biggest physical operation of the entire week. Here's the story that changed how I think about Embarkation Day. As of 2024, Royal Caribbean says an Oasis-class ship loads roughly 600,000 pounds of food and drink, around 500 pallets, in about 9 hours on turnaround day. Hundreds of crew start at 6:30 in the morning. The ship's provision master, Rodolfo Corrales, put it plainly, "Embarkation Day is frantic. It's not just busy, it's crazy busy. And it's not just loading. Chefs stand at the pier inspecting produce as it arrives, and they can reject an entire pallet and demand a replacement before the ship sails. So the next time you're annoyed that boarding doesn't start until 11:30, remember, on the other side of that terminal wall, your next 7 days of meals are being weighed, checked, and craned aboard. Every one of those pallets travels the same hidden road, and that road has a name. One deck below the passenger spaces, a single wide corridor runs from bow to stern. American crews nicknamed it the I-95, after the East Coast Interstate, and it's rush hour down there all day. Room service carts, luggage trains, pallets of vegetables, officers on bicycles on the biggest ships. It connects the crew mess, the laundry, the stores, and the service elevators, which is how a waiter vanishes through one door and appears 3 decks up minutes later. There's a sweet detail from that hidden world. One crew member interviewed about ship life said the best time to eat in the crew mess is midnight, because that's when the untouched desserts from the guest dining rooms come down. The chocolate cake you skipped? Somebody in uniform is very grateful. On some ships, a behind-the-scenes tour will walk you down the I-95 yourself. Long pants and closed shoes required. And some of the people you'd pass down there have a secret of their own. They don't actually work for the cruise line. The spa staff, the photographers, the boutique clerks, the art auctioneer. On most big ships, they're employees of outside companies that rent space on board. The spa is typically run by One Spa World. Retail is handled by specialists like Starboard or Harding, which as of recent reports operates shops on more than 50 ships across 19 cruise lines. The art auctions? Park West Gallery. They wear name tags, follow ship rules, and hold safety duties like everyone else. Most passengers never spot the difference. But many are paid largely on commission. Why does this matter to you? 2 reasons. First, if you have a problem with a photo package or spa charge, put it in writing with guest services and ask them to log it with the vendor. That's the complaint that actually gets traction. Second, a polite "no thank you" costs them nothing and offends no one. They hear it 50 times a day. Now, that loudspeaker phrase I promised you. Remember the phrase you've heard but never understood? Cruise lines use calm code words on the PA, so trained crew can respond without alarming 2,000 vacationers. The exact words vary by line. That matters. But here are documented examples. On Royal Caribbean, Oscar, Oscar, Oscar means someone may have gone overboard. Alpha, Alpha, Alpha signals a medical emergency on several major lines. Bravo, Bravo, Bravo typically means fire or a serious incident. Carnival and Disney have used Operation Bright Star for a serious medical emergency. Every repeated word sends specific teams running to specific stations, while the rest of the ship keeps sipping coffee. Your move if you ever hear one. Don't follow the crowd toward the commotion. Step back, clear the corridors and stairwells, and let the response teams through. The fastest help you can give is open space. And there's one emergency the crew fights with colors instead of code words. Most ships run an outbreak prevention plan with escalating levels, commonly described as green, yellow, and red. A Royal Caribbean spokesman, Michael Sheehan, has explained it publicly. Green is normal operations, yellow brings enhanced cleaning of every high-touch surface, and crew may quietly take over the buffet tongs and serve you themselves. Red means even more aggressive cleaning and curtailments. Here's the insider read. If crew suddenly start plating your buffet food for you, the ship has likely stepped up a level. Nobody announced it, but now you'll recognize it. And one fact worth remembering, hand sanitizer gel does not reliably kill norovirus. Soap and water, 20 seconds. That's why those sinks appeared outside the buffets. The crew washes constantly, and they must report their own symptoms immediately, which is why outbreaks get caught faster at sea than in most restaurants on land. Speaking of watching, you are on camera more than you think. Modern cruise ships are built with over 1,000 security cameras. An industry executive has cited 1,500 to 2,000 on new builds. They cover public areas, gangways, and casinos. Never cabins, never private balconies. Since a 2022 U.S. law, ships serving American ports must retain that footage for at least 20 days. The security officers themselves are frequently former military or police, watching monitors around the clock. The practical takeaway: if anything goes missing, a bag, a wallet, a camera, report it to guest services immediately, with the time and place. The sooner you report, the easier it is to pull the right footage while it exists. Smart cruisers report first and search second. And that brings us to the final item. The 2 rooms this entire security apparatus hopes it never has to use. Every large cruise ship carries a small morgue and a small jail. The morgue is a refrigerated room, typically holding 3 to 6. As of a 2025 report, Carnival's Mardi Gras carries space for 3, in a quiet room down the hall from the medical center. The jail, the brig, in ship language, is usually just a plain cabin with a bed on a crew deck. A maritime attorney has confirmed most lines have one. It's used rarely, mostly as a place for someone dangerous or dangerously drunk to cool off until the next port, where local authorities take over. Why tell you this? Not to spook you, the opposite. Tens of millions of people cruise every year, and the crew is trained, equipped, and rehearsed for every outcome, including the ones nobody talks about at dinner. The most reassuring thing about a cruise ship isn't the sunshine. It's the planning you never see. So here's what this means for you. Swim in the morning. The water is freshest then. Tell your steward your dinner time on day 1, and use that door sign. Ask for towels in the morning, not at night. Crew-only announcements and port day lifeboat splashes are practice, not problems. If crew start serving the buffet, wash with soap. The ship has quietly stepped up its cleaning. Report anything missing immediately so the cameras can help you. And a polite no thank you to the photo desk hurts nobody's feelings. 12 hidden jobs, a handful of smart moves, 0 extra dollars spent. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever caught the crew doing something behind the scenes? A 3 a.m. deck crew? A lifeboat drill? A code over the loudspeaker you couldn't decode? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if you cruise even once a year, make sure you're subscribed, because what this channel finds, you keep.